There's a war being fought in the snowy forests of Russia, a silent, deadly conflict where the prize isn't land or oil, but the bones, skin, and soul of the world's largest cat. Picture this. A creature so powerful it can take down a bear, so elusive it's known as the ghost of the forest. The Siberian tiger once roamed freely across Northeast Asia, a symbol of wilderness and untamed strength. But by the 1940s, hunting and habitat loss had pushed it to the edge of extinction. Only about 40 individuals remained in the wild. Then, something remarkable happened. Russia banned tiger hunting, established protected areas, and the population began to recover. By the early 1990s, numbers climbed to around 500. It was hailed as a conservation victory, proof that we could reverse the damage we'd done. But just as hope was returning, a new and far more sinister threat emerged. Organized poaching, driven by greed, myth, and international crime. This isn't just a story about saving a species. It's about the underground economy that nearly destroyed it, and the small army of rangers, scientists, and local communities who decided to fight back. Let's start with the demand. Why would anyone risk their life and spend thousands of dollars to hunt an animal that's supposed to be protected? The answer lies in an ancient belief system that never went away. In parts of Asia, especially China and Vietnam, tiger parts are considered medicinal, even magical. Tiger bone is ground into wine believed to cure arthritis and boost vitality. The skin is a status symbol, a display of wealth and power. A single tiger can fetch up to $50,000 on the black market, more than many people in the Russian Far East earn in a decade. For poachers, it's not just a hunt. It's a lottery ticket, but the poachers aren't just local hunters trying to make ends meet. By the late 1990s, organized crime syndicates had entered the picture. They provided high-powered rifles, snowmobiles, and night vision gear. They established smuggling routes through border towns, bribing officials, and using complex networks to move tiger parts hidden in shipping containers, disguised as legal goods. The tigers didn't stand a chance. They were being tracked, trapped, and shot with military precision. And the rangers trying to protect them? They were outgunned, underfunded, and often outnumbered. That's when the real battle began. In the early 2000s, conservation groups like the Phoenix Fund and Wildlife Conservation Society joined forces with the Russian government to create anti-poaching brigades. These weren't just park rangers, they were detectives, trackers, and sometimes undercover agents. Their job was dangerous. Poachers didn't hesitate to open fire. Rangers patrolled vast, frozen territories on foot, following tiger tracks in the snow, dismantling snares, and setting up camera traps to monitor both tigers and the humans hunting them. But the most powerful weapon in this fight wasn't a gun or a camera. It was data. Scientists began using DNA analysis to trace confiscated tiger parts back to specific regions. If a tiger skin showed up in China, they could sometimes identify exactly which Russian forest it came from, and even which family of tigers it belonged to. This forensic evidence was used in court, leading to longer sentences for convicted poachers. It was a game changer. For the first time, traffickers could be connected directly to the crime scene. Still, enforcement alone wasn't enough. To truly save the tiger, they had to address the root of the problem: the local communities living alongside them. Many villagers saw tigers as a threat to their livestock, their families, even their lives. And if a tiger killed a cow or a dog, that was a real economic loss. So conservationists introduced compensation programs. If a tiger took your livestock, you were reimbursed, no questions asked. They also hired former hunters as rangers, giving them a stable income and a stake in protecting the wildlife they once pursued over time. Something shifted. The tiger went from being seen as a pest or a paycheck to a source of local pride. Kids in schools learned about the importance of the Amur tiger, the same way American children learn about bald eagles. Community patrols began reporting poachers instead of looking the other way. The forest had eyes, and they were on the tiger's side. By the 2010s, the tide began to turn. Poaching incidents dropped. Tiger numbers stabilized, then slowly increased. Infrared cameras started capturing something no one had seen in years. Tiger cubs playing in the snow, mothers teaching them to hunt, males patrolling territories that had been empty for decades. Each new generation was a small victory, a message that the ghost of the forest wasn't gone yet, but the war isn't over. Demand for tiger parts still exists. Climate change is shrinking their habitat. Prey populations fluctuate. And while Russia has made incredible progress, tigers don't recognize borders. The same animal that walks through a Russian protected area might cross into China, where laws are different and enforcement can be weaker. The work is never done. Rangers still patrol, scientists still track, and communities still keep watch. Because saving a species isn't a one-time effort. It's a commitment. The story of the Siberian tiger is a reminder that extinction isn't just caused by habitat loss or natural disasters. Sometimes the greatest threat is a price tag, but it's also proof that courage, creativity, and cooperation can tip the scales. This cat, massive, mysterious, and deeply symbolic, has survived czars, wars, and industrialization. It's now surviving the black market, not because it's invincible, but because people decided it was worth fighting for. Which other species are fighting a hidden war against poaching? Let us know in the comments. Your suggestion could be the focus of our next video.